Welcome to Dave's Cards and Sports Games. My name is Dave, and we are going to do part 2 with the old stand of the 2015-16 complete hockey set. We did part 1 earlier, and you missed out if you weren't watching because these cards were pulled. Some of them. Panarin, rookie card, young gun. How about a Rannon young gun? McDavid young gun. Dylan Larkin young gun. A Mikko Rantanen 10. There, I forgot. I had Panarin and Rantanen in 10, and also there's a checklist. And there is Connor McDavid. Gem Mint 10. You gotta love that. So this is the 15-16 set. We're going through every player of this set. Let's get to it right now. We'll start right here with the Ducks. Andrew Cagliano, Yuri Sikik, Christian Stewart. He was a thug, I think. Maybe not. Just not that good. There's Corey Perry, still playing. Jacob Silverberg, Ryan Kessler, Carl Hagelin, and Twan Vermette. How about Michael Bodker? Let me make this a little bigger now. Do it like this. There we go. That looks a lot better. There's Steve Downey. Tobias Ryder. Anthony Duclair. Is that it? Can't tell if that's a Minnesota or not. Connor Murphy. How about Matt Bolesky? Ryan Spooner, Torrey Krug, Patrice Bergeron, Brett Conley, Jimmy Hayes, Matt Molson, David Legwand, Ryan O'Reilly, Chad Johnson. Don't remember him. Did he even play much? Had a few games for the Bruins. Look at that. Rasmus Ristolainen just got done scoring a goal. Unless he's really happy with the assist. Evander Kane, one of the most hated players in the league. Michael Backlund, David Jones, Mark Giordano, TJ Brody, Lance Abuna, Dougie Hamilton, Michael Frolik. How about Sean Monahan in the penalty box wearing the cool Atlanta Flame jersey? He's the alternate captain, and they just went with the Flames. Love it, the Atlanta Flames A. Jordan Stahl, Riley Nash, Eric Stahl. You can never have enough Stalls. Ron Hainsey, Ryan Murphy, Chris Versteeg, Victor Rask, Marco Dono. Might have been his only goal he scored. Scored 8 with the Blue Jackets. Must have scored 1 with the Blackhawks. All right, let's keep the Blackhawks going there with Scott Darling. Artem Ansimov. And Anisimov. Trevor Daley. Teuvo Tervinainen, Brent Seabrook, Patrick Kane. That's a cool card. Making his stick a little stickier to hold on to. Michael Grigorenko, Francois Bouchemin, Blake Como, Jerome McGinley, one of his final cards. Nathan McKinnon looking good there. Carl Soderberg. Alex Tanguay. Nikita Zadorov. Brooke Jenner. We are looking at the 2015-16 complete set part 2. Sergei Bobrovsky. Going to win another Stanley Cup with Florida, I believe. Ryan Johansson. Ryan Murray, Patrick Sharp, Jason Spezza, Johnny Aduye. I always liked that name. Jamie Benn, Antti Niemi, Cody Eakin, Justin Abdiclator, Peter Mrazek, Mike Green, Thomas Yurko, Gustav Nyquist. I'd say most of the names right. Brad Richards, Jimmy Howard, Andre Sakara, Justin Schultz, Neil Yakupov, Anton Lander, Cam Talbot, Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Nick Bukestad from Blaine, Minnesota. Says Minneapolis. Still playing in the league, and he is 32 only, so he could be playing for a while. Vincent Trocheck. How about that guy? Jaromir Jagr. I love that when he played with the Panthers. It's a lot of points, a lot of teams. Alexander Barkov. Braden Peary. Barkov is still having a good career. Riley Smith. Jonathan Huberdeau. How about Tyler Toffoli? Milan Lucic. Alec Martinez. He scored the game-winning goal for the Kings in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Christian Ehrhoff. Drew Doughty. He should be in the Hall. Braden McNabb. Anjay Kopitar. He'll be in the Hall. Let's see if any of the Wild will be in the Hall. Justin Fontaine. No. Matthew Dumba. No. Thomas Vanek. No. Jason Pominville. No. Decent players. Mikko Koivu. No. Charlie Coyle. No. Marco Scandella with a no. Devontae Smith-Pelly. Dale Wisey. Thomas Fleischman. Jeff Petrie. The Young Guns. We'll see who's in the Young Guns coming up later on. There's Carey Price, one of the legendary goalies. Canadians playing an outdoor game. That's pretty cool. Gallagher. Alex Kalinchuk. Craig Smith. Roman Yossi, good defenseman. Kalle Yarkarok. Mike Ribeiro. Barrett Jackman. Colin Wilson. Cody Hodgson. How about Jacob Josephson? Lee Stempniak. Kyle Palmieri. Johnny Moore. Adam Larson. We got a card sticking there. Eric Jelinas. Nick Leddy from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. With the stealth stick. Kyle Okposo. Also from the Twin Cities. Back-to-back cards from the Twin Cities. I believe Okposo just retired. Marek Zidlicki. Danny Boychuk. Anders Lee, another Minnesota boy. From Edina, right by Eden Prairie. Brock Nelson, another Minnesota. They must put all the Minnesota boys in the same pack. From Warroad. That's pretty cool. You get, if you're from Minnesota, you like it. Leddy, Okposo, Lee, and Nelson, all that close. Andy Ranton, not from Minnesota. JT Miller. Almost said he's from Ohio. Victor Stahlberg, Kevin Hayes. How about the King? King Henrik Lundqvist. Matt Zuccarello now on the Wild. He was loved by the Ranger fans. He still gets cheered when the Wild play there. Milan Mikulik. How about Mark Stone? Plays for the Vegas now. Chris Neal. Getting ready to go on the ice. Craig Anderson. Bobby Ryan. Great player with the Ducks. Mike Hoffman. Curtis Lazar. Jacob Voracek, Scott Lawton, Wayne Simmons, Sam Gagne, Steve Mason, Sean Couture, can't remember if it was Couture or Couturier. All right, here we go. After this stack, we get to the Young Guns. Michael Raffle. There's Sid the Kid. Hi, everybody. Ian Cole, Phil Kessel, Ole Mata, Nick Bonino, not Bongino, Bo Burnett, Martin Jones, Matt Nieto, Tommy Wingles. That's a cool name. I wish he was a superstar. Joey Ward, Joe Pavelski, Hall of Famer. Yay! Paul Martin from Elk River, Minnesota. Mr. Hockey. Jay Bomeister, Dmitry Askin, Vladimir Tarasenko, one of his first cards. Paul Stastny, Jaden Schwartz. How about Troy Brouwer? How about Brian Elliott? How about Valtteri Filppula? Ben Bishop, Anton Strawman, Ryan Callahan, Andre Palat, Cedric Paquette, Peter Holland, Jake Gardner from Deep Haven, Minnesota. P.A. Parento, Jonathan Bernier, Brad Boys, Nick Spaulding, Dion Phaneuf, Daniel Sedin, his brother was in the first set, Brandon Sutter, Radom Verbata, Alexander Edler, Chris Higgins, Brandon Prust, Carl Alsner, Marcus Johansson, Braden Holpe, one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet, TJ Oshie from Warroad, but I think he's going to say Washington in the back. He was born in Washington. Justin Williams, Andre Burakovsky, Michael Hutchinson. That's a cool card. Everybody's laughing at him. He must give up a bunch of goals the game before. Andrew Ladd, Jacob Trouba, Tyler Myers, Drew Stafford, Alexander Burmistatroff, Adam Lowry, and a couple of checklist cards. Carey Price, Henrik Zetterberg, Corey Perry, Vladimir Tarasenko. And now let's get to it. Let's get to the high number cards, the Young Guns. How about that Young Gun of Jack Eichel, Gem Mint 10? Just scoring a goal, maybe his first goal ever. That's a really cool card. Jack Eichel. Once again, we already saw Connor McDavid, Artemi Panarin, Mikko Rantanen in there. Also, we had Hellebuck and Larkin, but we'll just might as well keep McDavid right there. Here we go. These are other Young Guns. See if any of these guys are doing anything. Apparently not, because I just got the box in, and the person that owned it before didn't sleeve any of these up. Nikolai Golubrun. There's Charles Hudon. Nikolai Goldobun. I'm going to look really quick here. Well, at the first set, were there any Young Guns from Minnesota? Usually they try to put some players from every team in the Young Gun set. And when I looked at this really quick with my old camera, I couldn't see if any of these were Wild players or not. The whole first set did not have a Wild player. crazy. That is very rare. I think the Wild have loads of them in the new set. All right, here we go. Logan Shaw. Frank Vetrano, he's playing a little bit. Juhar Kiara is not playing. Jake Vertanen might be playing. Andres Athanasiou, never heard of him. And he is from, that's a Canadian. Tanner Kuro, nope. Chris Weidman, he's playing. Zachary Foucault, nope. Hunter Shinkaruk, nope. Brendan Ranford, nope. There's Yusei Saros, that's a decent one. Adam Pelch. There's the first Wild, Michael Keranen. No wonder why they didn't put any Wild players in here. Hasn't done a thing. It says he won the Hart Trophy in Finland. Ryan DeMello. Mark Alt. Jacob Slavin, he's having a decent career. Andre Grenier. Louis Domingue. Linus Allmark's played a little bit. Derek Forbort from Duluth. Played for Duluth East. He's been up and down in the NHL. Brady Skies played. Ryan Hartman's playing for the Wild. Max McCormick, Vincent Indrozosa, Taylor Lear, Radek Faxa. How about Garrick Sparks? Brennan Gonse, Chris Dreiger, Joel Verman, Chandler Stevenson. It's a cool card. Love the new camera. You can really get close on these guys. David Musil, not related to Franti Musil. We got a card sticking a little bit. Gustav Olofsson, another Wild player that never did anything. Didn't even play well in Iowa. Brett Pesce, Anthony Stollers, Devin Shore, Peter Straka, Mike McCarron, Ramon Hurabarenka, Marcus Hankinen, Sam Britton, Shea Theodore, he's probably one of the better ones so far, Nick Ritchie, Brock McGinn, Tyler Randall, and Noah Hannafin, he's playing. And the last checklist card was the Eichel PSA, who was supposed to be good. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is the Upper Deck Series 1 and 2. You got to see some monsters in here. How about the Jack Eichel? But the best. PSA 10. Connor McDavid. Have a good day. Please like and subscribe to Dave's Cards and Sports Games.